It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Monday. Now, I want to go ahead and preface this video and let y'all know, I'm not all that big into like these theories and things of that nature. As a matter of fact, for the past year or so, I've definitely been fighting against this idea that J. Cole is jealous of Kendrick Lamar and that there's really some sort of underlying issue between them or something brewing between them. However, it has been brought to my attention that what we experienced in 2024 with Like That being a response to First Person Shooter, which was released at the end of 2023 with Drake and J. Cole, may have actually played out once before in 2013. Now, y'all know I fuck with J. Cole, and I still fuck with J. Cole, but for the sake of history, for the sake of things that have already been released, for the sake of revisiting this because it's been brought to my attention, I feel like I gotta address this. I can't ignore it because it's pretty fucking in your face. So it was brought to my attention today. Let me share my screen. On Twitter, this user by the name of Consulting Sith Lord posted what looks like a YouTube comment from Snow Tiger that says people always skip over a key detail about how this beef really started. All right, beef as in Kendrick and Drake. They said the control verse wasn't random. It was a direct response to how Drake, Cole, and others acted when MTV dropped their hottest MCs of 2013 list and ranked Kendrick Lamar at number one. Okay, so 2013 was a year that Kendrick Lamar took the number one spot on MTV's hottest MCs of the year list. And once upon a time, that list was very important. A lot of different artists, rappers in the game, they were vying for that number one spot. Some would admit it, others wouldn't. And others have acted out due to the positioning that they fell on that list because, you know, Sway was the mouthpiece and I think he was the one that brought the idea to MTV, although there was a brain trust of people that worked on it. He was the mouthpiece and the face of it. Okay? So they say Drake wasn't happy. He called into Hot 97, speaking to Angie Martinez to question the list. Unfortunately, I've looked over the internet. I can't seem to find the actual call of Drake calling into Hot 97 to question the list with Angie Martinez. Of course, there is an Angie Martinez Drake interview that came later in that year, but they were addressing the control verse, not the hottest MCs list that came out earlier that year. So I don't have that piece of context to add to the video. However, he says, then he dropped 5 a.m. in Toronto, which has been a song that we've talked about quite a bit this year for numerous reasons. And Jodeci Freestyle with Cole, throwing subliminals at both Kendrick and the rankings. This moment set the tone for what came next. More people need to look into this part of the story. It's a major turning point that often gets ignored. Now, I believe on 5 a.m. in Toronto, Drake said the line, I made Forbes list, nigga. Fuck your list. Right? So that is kind of a direct shot at the hottest MCs in the game list. I made Forbes list. So I don't give a fuck what position I fall in on your list because the money is coming in. However, the Jodeci Freestyle seems like the link up, very reminiscent of what we saw with First Person Shooter. And remember, First Person Shooter was supposed to have Kendrick on it. They made the, J. Cole made the call. Kendrick declined. And he felt slighted by what he ended up hearing when the song came out. And we're going to go through this Jodeci Freestyle lyrics, and we're going to go through some of these reactions that came from the hottest MCs of 2013 because Kanye West also flipped out at this time, which we saw the same thing with him going at Kendrick earlier this year. So history is completely repeating. And again, this ain't my wheelhouse for these types of theories. So the fact that I'm speaking on this shit, I have to. So let's revisit the 2013 MTV Hottest MCs in the Game list. Unfortunately, MTV no longer has the original article up, so we have to go to a third party to recall this list. But this is the ranking that they fell in. Number 1 was Kendrick Lamar. Number 2 was 2 Chainz. You go back to 2013 and you look at the run that 2 Chainz was on. I still don't know if he was a number 2 MC at the time, but I guess this is all things encompassing from buzz, hits, skill, chart position, all of those things taken into consideration. So 2 Chainz was number 2. Number 3, they had Rick Ross. Number 4, they had Nas. Number 5 was Drake. Number 6, Big Sean. Number 7, Kanye West. Number 8, ASAP Rocky. 9, Future. 10, Meek Mill. J. Cole didn't even make the fucking list. Wow. And Drake was at number 5 at the time. And to many people, you know, they probably would have expected him to be higher or maybe even the number 1 choice in 2013. Because he was collaborating with a lot of these people on the list and creating hits with them. Someone may feel like he was the one giving them the sauce. Nonetheless, he was number 5. Kanye, number 7. So this list was released, I believe, March 7th, 2013. Matter of fact, no, not the 7th. I think this was either the 5th or the 6th when the list was originally published. But by the time they put this article up, it was the 7th, all right? So the next thing to fall was Kanye going on a rant because he called into DJ Enough show. And this was what Kanye had to say at the time.
Yo, what's good? I'm chilling.
What's up, man? Yo, listen, I saw you on the list. You came in number 7, man, on the MTV list. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, that was cool. Everything. More than anything, I'm happy. I'm happy for Sean, but I feel like he should be on top 5.
Right.
And uh, the way he just be bodying records, like the way he started off that Mercy, like a lot,
Right.
you know.
So you think you and Sean should be what, top 5 definitely? Maybe top 3? I know you. Look, I know you, Ye. You're to me, you're gonna say you're the number 1 rapper in the world. So number 7, does this bother you?
Yeah, number 7 bothers me because I think that Wayne is the number 1 rapper in the world.
Wait, you think Wayne's number 1 rapper in the world?
Yeah, I just think he's like, him and Jay and M and certain people are just like the greatest rappers of
Right.
all time. For me, that I feel like in order for them to put me as number 7, they had to bring up things that they didn't like.
Like what?
Like they didn't like the Cruel Summer album.
Okay.
So and I'm like, that's a compilation. It ain't all rappers on good music.
Right. That's
You
a
know,
great
so
point.
yeah, it's like we did raps. I mean, Cruel Summer got Don't Like remix, Mercy, Cole,
Great
New
records.
God Flow, all on one,
Great records.
and it's
And Big Sean
yeah,
had an incredible album. His first debut
yeah,
album was incredible, which is
yeah, and
understandable.
and Click, and Click.
Yeah.
You can't name 5 records like that on no album.
Nah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
But they want to diss me and be like, oh, we want to. He did Cruel Summer. We can't say that. He can't say he ain't part of it because he is on 8 records. Like they want to try to like ain't nobody bringing up that Diamonds remix verse.
Right.
Like there wasn't no verse in a year.
That's
That
true.
was with that verse. I don't know. I mean, like it's definitely not based on a body of work, but possibly it could just be like overall rap MC swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Sean is a great rapper, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It checks all the boxes. What happens is with them, with with these type of judges and people who review, as soon as you know, when you come in like I had like the pink polo and the backpack, then I'm checking all the boxes of that Tribe Called Quest era and Jay
Right.
Dilla and all that, you know.
Right.
So they want to champion it. They don't like Givenchy Kanye.
Ah.
They don't like Kanye in a kilt. They don't like Kanye in a relationship.
Right.
You know.
So you think this is what puts you at number 7 as opposed to number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
I don't think it's like them going really bar for bar.
Right.
No, I said lucky I didn't have Jay dropping from the team.
Yeah.
Ain't no bar of entire past 12 months that's hotter than that bar.
Nah, that was mean. That was mean.
That's one bar. I come from this battle rap. You know, that's how I grew up in Chicago. I couldn't believe it. Like, I mean, I gave Sway his first TV, man.
Right.
He came over my crib in Newark, New Jersey. I was living in Newark, you know, doing beats for Jay and Beans and all them.
Right.
And I was getting a new TV.
Right.
And I gave Sway his first TV.
Right.
And really, I didn't really want to like even call to like even talk about the number 7 list. I just want to tell everybody I gave Sway his first TV.
Right.
And he need to remember that.
I do remember this. I do remember that call. I gave Sway his first TV. I forgot that this was all in the same year. My goodness. Cause Sway ended up doing an interview talking about that, and he was like, "Dog, come on. I've been working on TV since 2000, and I never had a TV in my house. How crazy would that be?" But as you can see, Kanye was clearly triggered. He was disappointed with his position. He was disappointed with Big Sean's position, and he says he felt like Lil Wayne should have been the number 1 rapper in 2013, which in 2024 we got a similar reaction to Kendrick when he got the Super Bowl. So many people felt like Wayne should have got that too. So the parallels are a bit striking. Okay. Now that's just Kanye. Now we got to get to the Jodeci Freestyle with Drake and Cole. Unfortunately, I can't play the record, so we're going to have to just go through the lyrics here. Okay. So this was released June 22nd, 2013. So this was a couple months later. Okay. 26 on my third GQ cover. Your new shit sound like you do covers of all my old shit. Oh shit. So I don't know if that was necessarily a shot at Kendrick, but it was a shot saying your new shit sound like you do covers. You know, a cover is when you recreate somebody else's shit. You do a remake of their shit. So he's saying y'all sound like y'all doing covers of all my old shit. I'm devoted to making sure that that shit goes unnoticed. Swear you niggas is hopeless. I should run a clinic for niggas that think that they winning on some coach shit. 50 M's for a 3-month road trip. I see straight through them like fish tanks with no fish in them. Drizzy still got some 06 in him. Of course, 06 is when Drake hit the scene. Some people at this time were feeling like early Drake was already better than the Drake that we were getting. So he said, I still got some 06 in him. I could still tap back into my original flows. IRS all of my books getting a matlock on. All this capital, it's like I left the caps lock on. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about his money. I'm getting all this bread, you know, in capital, caps lock. You get it. It's like every time I plot a return, I seem to shift the game. See, I can still talk keys without pitching cane. Right? Because the next line after the caps lock was shift keys. I can still talk keys without pitching cane. That might even be a fucking Pusha T shot for all I know. Pay yourself and owe yourself. Before you come to my city, just know yourself. Know where you at. I'm good in every town. I'm going to be there doing shows where you at. The lights hit women screaming like Jodeci back, nigga. So he say, before you come to my city, know yourself. Know where you at. Okay? His pop's on here. He comes back in. Your money is just a little Barney's co-op for you to be trying to show out. I'm in your girl's ear planting seeds like a grow out. You moved the operation to Cali. Excuse me. We moved the operation to Cali soon as the snow drop. Oh, stop. Please stop arguing about who the best MC. I think everyone would agree. They know that you're not. So in that quick little series here, he's talking about we moved the operation to Cali, which is Cali's where Kendrick is, when the snow drops. So when it starts snowing, we moved the operation to Cali. But then he proceeds to diss him as he just got crowned the best MC earlier in the year. Please stop arguing about who the best MC. I think everyone would agree. They know that you're not. I know I'm a sure shot, middle finger poking you in your sore spot. Bars sound like I'm under oath, nigga. Of course, under oath, you would have to tell the truth. A Comedy Central roast niggas and turn them to ghost niggas. Either I'm getting bigger or you're just getting small, or it's both, nigga. I'm just unforgiving. I'm just as unforgiving as most niggas. You bit the hand, now starve. It's not a joke, nigga. Now, who would have bit his hand at that time is what I would love to know. In the annotations, they say that this could have been perceived as a weekend diss, or it could have been that situation where Kendrick was laughing at Drake after the DMX incident. After going out on tour with Drake, he turned around and laughed at that whole DMX bit. I hate how he looks, his face, the way he dressed. I hate his haircut. I hate everything about it. I would love to catch him in the elevator. Kendrick did an interview talking about how funny that shit was and how all them niggas was cracking up about it. And again, I heard this from MacWop, who was associated with Kendrick and TDE. He said he don't feel like Drake took that very well. And that was an underlying issue even before the Kendrick control verse. So those are two scenarios. It could be Weeknd, could be Kendrick. But as we can see, he's already been taking shots at Kendrick at the top of this verse. You bit the hand, now starve. It's not a joke, nigga. I'll hang you with it after I teach you the ropes, nigga. That's interesting. I hang you with it after I teach you the ropes, nigga. Wow. Oh well, bitches paint OVO on their toenails and show up after show to after party in the hotel. That 5-star in your city, they know where we at. I hit the lobby, women screaming like Jodeci back now. So that's Drake. He comes in, drops 2 verses. In the second verse, he's clearly taking shots about the MTV list and who's being perceived as the hottest nigga out. Okay? J. Cole comes in. This ain't really the verse. He's just kind of fucking around here. So then Cole comes in, and, you know, I always listen to Cole's verse like he was just fucking around, because as dope as this beat was, I never felt like Cole really rapped the way he should have on this beat. But here he goes. He says, rooftop hoes turned up, looking for your bitch, bet she won't turn up. Wonder where she at, fuck cause she a hoe, she a slut, she a freak. Of course, that's that Junior Mafia shit. Heard a couple niggas hating, but them fuck niggas weak. Count $100,000 like it sucks to be me. You know how them rich niggas be. Woe is me when they be having all this fucking money. Ain't that what you wanted? Stunting on you niggas. Came in this game, never fronting on you niggas. Gave you heart and soul. Stories of my pain. Felt naked cause I laid out all my glory and my shame. Caught fire just to have niggas ignore me in my flame. About to burn down the house. They trying to put me in the rain. No. So he say, caught fire just to have niggas ignore me and my flame. And remember, J. Cole's name wasn't on the list at all, which I do feel was a little bit criminal in 2013. So he says, fuck your, very next bar, fuck your list, you lame niggas and doubters. I'm undoubtedly the hottest, and that's just me being modest. Go check the numbers, dummy. That's just me getting started. I'm autistic. You blank. I'm still trying to figure out what those bars were. I don't know if the original version was blanked out, but it's been blanked out many years later. So next up, and the bar was actually autistic, not artistic. So he comes back in and says, hold your applause. Who gives a poker face when you joker showed me your cards? David and Goliath taking on the giants. No need for pause when I tell you my bars bigger than yours. It's another one of those very J. Cole bars that should have never been a J. Cole bar. No false gods. Young Mike playing against the Monstars, tapping in a 94 Nas, or that 96 J, or that chronic shit Dre, which is really just Slim Shady. I'm silly, my pen crazy. Of course, Slim Shady was putting the pen for Dre. Today I'm out in Philly, my fans waiting for 12 hours just to get the $sign thought stream like I'm Spotifying. Trench coat flow, bottom line to these too cool for school niggas I'm Columbine, school shooting. Flow dumber than your projections. This makes twice now, I doubled what you expected, yet your covers keep perplexing me. Maybe it's too complex for me. And I'm guessing that's a shot at complex. But is this about skills or is this about sales? Because either fucking way, man, all them niggas is less than me. Okay? He says, is it about skills or is it about sales? Because in my estimation, if you want to go by both, I'm still killing the competition. How the fuck I'm not on the list at all? He says, your legends know that we rap. Bitches screaming like Jodeci back. So this is pretty much the original first person shooter. Before there was a big three, it was Jodeci. With J. Cole saying, how the fuck you ain't noticed me? That's funny, man. Y'all know I fuck with Cole, but taking a trip down memory lane for this shit is quite comical. And I gotta revisit 5 a.m. in Toronto, because this was actually released literally on March 7th. So this dropped first. This came out about the next day after that list came out. I really don't care to go through all these lyrics, but the context of these verses, now that I'm looking back at the fucking hottest MCs list coming out just a day or so before this dropped, I gotta kind of revisit. So he says, you underestimated greatly. Most number ones ever. How long did it really take me? So he comes in stunting immediately. The part I love most is they need me more than they hate me. So they never take shots. I got everybody on safety. So, damn, this stuff is like really foreshadowing, right? He was talking spicy like this in 2013, right after the list came out. He says, niggas never take shots. I got everybody on safety. And then the way things played out last year with half the industry taking shots at Drake, or at least it was perceived to be that way. Niggas getting shit off that they always wanted to get off after Kendrick just went ahead and bombed on them. Very interesting. He said, I could load every gun with bullets that fire backwards. Probably wouldn't lose a single rapper. Niggas make threats. Can't hear them over the laughter. Yeah, that's because I'm headed to the bank, nigga. Sinatra lifestyle. I'm just being frank with you. I mean, where you think she at when she ain't with you? Wild and doing shit that's way out of your budget. Owl sweaters inside her luggage. You gotta love it. Damn, this shit could go on a tape. Bitches loving my drive. I never give it a break. Get these niggas the look, the verse, and even the hook. That's why every song sound like Drake featuring Drake. And this is coming out directly after the list with all of these other artists that were ahead of him. So now he's popping it, you know. I gave all these niggas the verse and the hook. Songs sound like Drake featuring Drake. But then you got these niggas listed ahead of me. Straight white pre. Why is it always me? Got us watching our words like it's wiretaps on the team. Maybe it was. Cause I show love, never get the same out of niggas. Guess it's funny how money can make change out of niggas, for real. Some nobody started feeling himself. A couple somebody started killing himself. A couple albums dropped, those are still on the shelf. I bet them shits would have popped if I was willing to help. I got a gold trophy from the committee for validation. He's talking about a Grammy here, ain't he? So this is like I don't need that list. Once again, he's popping other accomplishments. Bad press during the summer over allegations. I ain't lying, my nigga, my time is money. That's why I ain't got time for a nigga who time is coming. A lot of niggas PR stunting like that's the movement, and I'm the only nigga still known for the music, I swear. Fuck them niggas this year. I made Forbes list, nigga. Fuck your list. Everything's looking gorgeous. And at the time, I ain't gonna lie, when this song came out, I thought he was talking about the fans. Like, fuck your list. Like, you know, everybody got who's your best MC, who your favorite MCs. Because this is the era when Drake was firing at the fans. Remember Take Care? He was talking on Lord Knows about, he basically said the niggas that don't like him are the niggas that don't get pussy. That's probably why you don't rate me or you overlook me. That was just a couple years back from, so I thought he was still taking shots at the fans who didn't see him as that. But looking at the timing of this record, it makes a lot more sense. Without me, rap is just a bunch of offense, but if I stay, then this shit is a bunch of corpses. And me and my dread nigga from New Orleans stashing money like hoarders off multi-platinum recordings. And of course he's talking about Wayne, who Kanye said should have been number one on the list. And he just threw him in the bar. Eating like I'm seated at Swish, Soto, and Yoso's. Nothing was the same. This shit easy for Easy and Coco. This shit for Kareem. This shit for Javon. I don't even know who these niggas is. This shit for Julius, Millie Mill. Boy, we do this shit for real. All them boys in my wheel. All them boys in my wheels. Anything happen to Pop, then I got you like Uncle Phil. Weezy been on that edge. You niggas just need to chill. If anything happen to Pop, he might pop a nigga for real. Coming live from the screw face, living out a suitcase, but I'm feeling good. Johnny got me pushing 2 plates. My weight up. I refuse to wait up. I started a new race. It's funny when you think a nigga blew up after Lupe. Niggas treat me like I've been here for 10. Some niggas been here for a couple, never been here again. I'm on my King James shit. I'm trying to win here again. A young nigga trying to win here again. Okay. So that's 5 a.m. in Toronto. That was dropped right after that fucking list came out. So coming back to Snow Tiger's comment, they say, Drake wasn't happy, called in the Hot 97, speaking to Angie Martinez to question the list, and dropped 5 a.m. in Toronto and Jodeci Freestyle. 5 a.m. in Toronto dropped right after the list came out. Jodeci Freestyle came out just a couple months after the list came out. And it wasn't until, about August that the Control verse came out. So there was 2 songs already throwing shots, you know, whether they were veiled shots at Kendrick through the hottest MCs list, because they're trying to make it seem like the list isn't valid. But Kendrick sits at the top of the list. So if you discredit the list, you're also discrediting him as the number one guy at the time. Control verse drops, and he's still showing love, as in Kendrick. He's still showing love. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. So at the time, he wasn't taking it personal. But now it does make a little bit more sense as to why he would have made that verse. Because throughout the industry, niggas is feeling some type of way that he got this hottest MC position. But since y'all want to have some type of feelings about me being ranked, then let's have at it. Let's show the people once and for all who the nigga really is then. Wow. I remember living through this time, but I didn't really see through this lens at that time. So shout out to Snow Tiger. They say this moment set the tone for what came next. More people need to look into this part of the story. It's a major turning point that often gets ignored. Okay? And I know these songs have been looked at, they've been talked about, they've been broken down, they've been decoded and all that stuff before, but I think a lot of times when Drake's Jodeci Freestyle and the Control verse get brought into the conversation, the J. Cole verse tends to get overlooked because he was taking some shots about that list as well. That definitely feels like first person shooter vibes all over again. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I'm not the guy to even like, oh, they was jealous of Kendrick. You know, that shit sometimes irks me. But when all of this stuff came out before Control, because a lot of people like to act like Control is the impetus of all of this. But then when you look further back and you peel back the layers, it's like, damn, shit was happening before that. Because Kanye crashed out on the call. They claim Drake called Angie Martinez. I don't have any proof of that, but we do have proof of Ye. Basically the same day. The fucking 5 a.m. in Toronto drops the next day. And a couple months later, the Jodeci shit drops. That's too much of a coincidence for me to overlook and just be like, nah, it don't matter. It's got to be something there. All right? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. All right? Much love and respect. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no gunner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.